Hello, welcome back. I'm just cooking. I'm making a mess in the kitchen. I'm doing a sausage casserole and then my tea. Mike's had his, which was a complete flop, but yeah, he's had something to eat. He's had a pudding. How are you doing? Are you all right?
Pardon?
How are you doing?
Oh, I've had a poorly day today, haven't I?
Yeah, you are.
What I've done is I've sat here most of the day editing videos for, well, the big video. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I do follow the news and I can be quite political, but you wouldn't know it because I never mention it. Not really. Well, not on camera. So we know what's going on in the news mostly. I predict that Starmer will resign, he'll stand down early December. Might be just after Christmas, but I think early December, feigning ill health, or that the left of Labour have just run amok. I then predict that although this government's gone to the 4 years, 2 years from now, they will call a general election because the country is going to be in such a mess, and Labour don't even agree with themselves, you know, in a big way. So that's my prediction.
And it's a shame because all your life you were Labour. You were Labour.
Yeah, and we even had one of the Labour ministers open a business for us. Can't remember his name now. You did.
Alan Johnson.
Alan Johnson. You did a
portrait drawing of him. I did. Yeah.
And when Jeremy Corbyn was running for Labour leadership, I voted for him. And then, of course, I started to learn more and more about his politics. So I then left the Labour Party because I was a member. And that was that, really. But anyway, there's my prediction. Starmer to stand down, and 2 years before the end of this government, it will call a general election. And if you want further predictions, I think Conservatives and Reform, Nigel Farage, will share Parliament, you know, have the majority, and with the Lib Dems going into coalition with Labour. That's what I see.
Can I have another prediction?
Yeah.
Lottery numbers.
6, 7, 14, 21, 19.
How many was that?
I don't know.
I think that was only 5 numbers.
Or the last number. Does it go, no, how much does it go up to?
Oh, I think the Euro Millions is 5 numbers and then two numbers between 1 and 12.
7, 9.
Okay. Get your lottery tickets here, I'm getting mine.
Too late.
Gosh. Friday evening, it is. I've just stopped and it is, I'm just looking at the clock, squinting. It's 20 to 8. 20 to 8. I've got my 3rd wash on the line. That's the bedding. I've been really lucky that we've had, it's not been sunny or anything, but we've had a good breeze. It's not cold, and I've had 3 washes that have dried so far. It's not going to rain overnight, so I'm leaving it. That's how it is. I'm leaving it. If it does rain, if the weather changes, so be it. I've got clean bedding on the bed. Oh, looking forward to that. And clean pyjamas. I had pork, Chinese pork steaks, with some Mediterranean vegetables. Mike, as I said, his tea was a flop. The quiche, it didn't warm up. He had quiche and chips. Chips were fine. I ended up giving him a baguette, but I put the quiche in the top oven. That doesn't seem to be getting very hot, and I had that the other night. You've seen on last week's video, the pizza, it wasn't cooking in the middle, and that's supposed to be a top oven and a bottom oven. It's a grill as well, but it didn't work very well, so I'm gonna stop using it. So yeah, his quiche was I say a flop, it was a slosh. So he had his chips. Willow's tea went well. She had her chicken and rice and her medicine, and she was fine. We're exhausted again. Mike is actually not that well today. He's that tired. But then, do you know what? He did this. He moved that shed on his own. Now you know where that shed used to be. Right round the corner. Right in the deep corner. And he dragged it. He dragged it himself to there. I know. And it's full of stuff. It's not like it's an empty shed. It's full. Don't know what to say. So I've done nothing but wash up, because I've done a big vat of sausage casserole. That was one thing, you know, Mike's really faddy and funny about his food. And he said the other day, and I said, well, you don't eat sausages. And he said, I'd really eat one of your sausage casseroles with some mash. I'd like that. Well, he's been off mash for ages. Suddenly he wants mash. So I went to shops. I had to pick up his monthly prescription anyway. And I got everything I needed for a sausage casserole. So I thought I'll just get that done. So that's what he's having tomorrow. And if you don't eat it, but pots. And then of course I was doing my tea, because the Chinese pork I got that he used to like years ago, I tried him a couple of weeks ago, maybe more, and he didn't like it. So I'd put it in the freezer and I thought, somebody's got to eat it. So I took that out. I thought, I'll eat it. It was nice. And the veg was nice. And then he said, ooh, that sounds nice. I'll try a bit. I said, you don't like it? So he tried a bit and he went, no, I don't like it. So I've got 2 more pork steaks in the fridge that I'm going to eat for my dinner tomorrow. Not both of them. I'll just eat the pork steaks and the leftover veg. That'll be my lunch. That's it really. Gosh, so tired. What? And we're off to bed. Well, he's already gone to bed. Willow's gone to bed. She was shattered, so she wanted to go to bed. So they've both gone off. They've had an afternoon nap while I was going out doing the food shop and picking up the meds, the drugs. I just remembered the whole point of this story. So I haven't got my extractor fan in yet, or my splashback. I've got the stainless steel splashback, but it needs installing there. So I'm very conscious about stuff I'm cooking here at the moment on the gas and fat and stuff. So I need my splashback fitting, but also all the pots. And Mike said, oh, I'll put these in soak. And I thought, you can't. If I leave it until morning, those kind of foods, it's going to smell. So I've washed everything and I've just got my frying pan left that's in soak. I've got to scrub that out and then scrub the sink. and just make sure the kitchen's clean, because the worst thing in a morning, coming down to a cooking smell from the night before, but not just that, I've been waking up at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, not being able to get back to sleep, and I'm tired, and having to come down to pots isn't funny. I don't want to do them at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to do them in the morning. So I'd rather have them out of the way and done, even if I'm tired and I'm thinking, oh, I'll do them the next day. I know we all do that, but just can't do it at the moment. This morning I woke up at 1 o'clock, and then thankfully I did go back to sleep. I woke up at 3 o'clock. I just laid there for a bit, and I ended up getting up at 5:30. So I am in that cycle of not sleeping properly and waking up at daft o'clock in the morning. I don't know how long it'll last. It could be a week, 2 weeks, who knows. But I just got to accept that this is what's happening at the moment. I'm going to be a little bit tired for a while. So turning the lights off, I'm off to bed. It is still daylight outside. I do have a glass of wine, a glass of rosé. Gonna get my comfy pyjamas on, get settled, Willow at my feet, watch a little bit of TV. I would have done some sewing, but I'm too tired. So that's me for tonight, for Friday night. Party. I'll see you in the morning. You're waiting for me, are you? Good girl. Oh, good girl. Yeah. Let's go see what Daddy's up to. Right, what have you got set up for today?
Well, I've got really Sunday. So, what I've got to do today is to put the sink in place on the, what's this called?
Worktop.
And what I'm going to do is gunk it. I'll show you that, put some seal, but it's got to go under here, of course, under this line. And I've got to temporarily fasten the worktop down. So I've got myself a bit of a rig here, and these are designed to press this sink down onto the worktop and squish the gunk.
Yeah, we like the squish the gunk.
We do. And so as you can see, and I'll show you, but I've got me grips, and I will push this down with the grips, which in turn will push that, which should press that down to seal it down.
Yeah.
That's the first bit. And then once that's all fastened and secure, I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and then I've got some screws, and underneath here there's a metal lip, and I'm hoping to be able to fasten through the metal lip, because some places to put screws, and then permanently fasten this to the timber, to the worktop. That's the plan.
That's the plan.
And I've been wondering how to do it, but it's got to be done because I suspect that next week plumbers will be back. Jim came yesterday, the plumber, Jim Crisp, and he had a good look, and he said, the fixings in there, he said, yeah, we'll do that. You deal with all of this, we'll plumb everything after you. Once that's done, then we can get on with fitting out the utility room.
Yeah.
There's a bit of painting left to do for you, Cheryl.
Yeah.
But not a great deal. So that's what I'm up to today. Get me breakfast first.
Yep.
Cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
Couple of cigs. And yeah, off I go. Once I get this done, I can put it to one side. It'll go off quite quick, go ahead, and set quite quick. And then I can get whatever I can get done in the utility. Might not be today though. I might have a steady day today. You're cooking a Sunday dinner, aren't you?
I'm doing a Sunday lunch. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. So there we are. I've got that set up again, working in the conservatory today. And just so you're aware, there might be a little bit of background noise because Cheryl is cooking. There she is, look.
Sunday dinner.
Big Sunday dinner. She's doing chicken and beef, and I guess all the trimmings, are you?
Well, not all the trimmings. It's been a long time since I did a proper dinner. So I'm just breaking myself back in gently.
She's probably practicing for Christmas dinner.
Yes.
Anyway, so this is where I'm working today. Running out of space, of course. Whoops, just put that back in the house. So just a reminder, this sink, we've recycled it out of the old utility, which was the kitchen, the old kitchen, and now we're going to use it in here, saving 200 quid with all the fittings and taps. Anyway, first job is just to check that the sink is still sitting flat to the worktop, which I have checked. You hear that? And that's okay. That tightness of it, want it quite tight. So what I'm going to do is take a pen, draw around the outside a little bit, which I should have got Cheryl to do for me in the hindsight, with the old tremor going on. And Cheryl's already put 3 coats of York varnish on the worktops. So all that gives me is, I know that's where the sink's got to go back, but it also gives me a line to put the gunk, the sealant. Yeah, that's what that does. So I'll take this off, get rid of this for a minute or so. So there it is, it's in all its glorious way. I've got pen mark to go to, but I know more or less where I have to gunk, so I'll get it gunked. So getting the gunk on, not my one of my favourite jobs, only because I tend to shake a I want to put plenty on here. It's not too bad. This stuff takes about 10 minutes to start to set. So I've got 10 minutes to go all the way around. Cheryl did say, shall I do it? And I said, no, you're all right. And now I'm thinking, actually, yeah, Cheryl, would you do it?
Yeah.
There's, gosh, it smells. There's a real chemical smell to it. Yeah, so I'll hand this over to Cheryl. She'll do a better job than me. It is just my trimmer. Oh, there you go, look at that. Nice straight line. And Cheryl will probably do this in about, 2 minutes, where it would have taken me 10 minutes, and then I'd be worried about the actual sealant starting to go off and losing its softness, because what I want to do is put the sink on, of course, and squish this down so it gets into all the crevices and makes a good seal. That's the idea. So you can't have any gaps as you put this gunk round, although it will spread, and it will spread into, if you've got a little gap, which I can see one. Cheryl's left it. She's obviously going to go back to the little gap, which is a bit further up than that, but there you go, look, see, without any prompting. So I was talking on the last video, while me and Cheryl were, about what jobs there is left to do around the house. And talking to the neighbour next door, and he said, how's it going? And I found myself saying, yeah, it's going well. We should be finished for this time next year. And I think I said on the video, we want to get everything done for Christmas. But to be honest, what I meant by that is that we want to get all the mess finished for Christmas, which will leave decorating for next year. And also Cheryl has given me permission to start on the outside before the really cold weather comes, so I'm pleased about that. Right, that's that. I'm going to get the sink now.
Is there a lid for that?
No, there isn't. I've just noticed that. Right, I need to come where you are. I'll have to get the lid. Well, that was good. Let's go to my pen mark, I can still see it. So that went easier than I expected. Oh, gunk. Get the tissue, get rid. So obviously I've got it the right way round. I wanted the taps away from me because this is the front of the worktop. Hope this works. Should do. I mean, it's not rocket surgery, is it? Or brain science. Gonna turn the taps on. Good. No water came out. Right. Then I'll just get these and see how I get on. Again, again, I might need Cheryl's help just to mirror what I'm doing, but we'll see. These are one of my favourite tools, these. They're only cheap. Oh, that's why I keep throwing them away. No, I don't throw them away. You'll remember, or if you've watched the video, we gunked up the porcelain sink top, and we sort of run out of time getting the gunk off. I won't do that this time. I'm not too worried about it, it does wipe off. And if there's any left on, it will cut off. You know, it does go quite rubbery. Rubbery, not lovely, rubbery. You've got to be a bit careful here, because if you over tighten these, then you'll start to bend and warp the stainless steel top. So you can't, you know, go mad with them when you're fastening them. And also, if you tighten too hard in a place, then the wet top will start to bend a little bit and warp. So don't go mad with it. I'm saying that, and I'm the one who tends to put too much pressure on stuff, including myself. So that looks good. What I know is that the gunk has squished out all the way around. So I know that I've got enough gunk in there, thanks to Cheryl. So I'm going to take it off now, what I can see of it anyway, because again, not too bothered. It'll wipe off. Gonna need a lot more of this kitchen wipe though. Just get as much off as we can. And remember, this is going into the utility. And we keep saying, so we're not that bothered, but we are. We just say we're not that bothered, but we do want a nice job in there, don't we?
We do.
Got sticky stuff.
It's stinky.
Yeah, it's got a certain chemical in it, which is non-hazardous. Unless you get it in your eyes or you start eating it, thinking it's mayonnaise. It's not. I know you wouldn't do that. You do want to get as much as the excess off as you can, because this kitchen and bathroom sealant should quite rightfully be resistant to water and to cleaning chemicals. Not many gunks or sealants are resistant to bleach. So you really don't want to be using bleach too much, you know, in the kitchen or anywhere else. We tend to use it purely for cleaning porcelain or, you know, toilets, that sort of thing. Because bleach will deteriorate, can't get my words down, just about everything. So a bit more for me. Yeah. So what you'll also be saying to yourselves, or whoever's watching these videos with you, but you can't get to the gunk that's under the timbers now. Well, that's true. But I'd sooner have a good seal and have to clean it off in places than not have a good seal, you know, and have the luxury of just wiping things off. So there we are, there's that. I've blathered in it as usual. So we'll give that about 15-20 minutes, cup of tea and a biscuit, and then when I think it's something like, I'm going to turn this over and see if I can get some screws in underneath, and I'll show you that when it comes to it. So we've turned it over now. Shall give us and turn it over so I didn't catch any of the clamps. The gunk, not bad. You know, squirted out a little bit here and there, which is good. Now you can see maybe what I mean about that metal lip that the actual stainless steel sink has. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some screw fixings in, just really to fasten it in place. I was just saying to Cheryl that this sealant that we've used, it's sort of semi-hard, if you like. In other words, it will for some time remain quite pliable. But it's, you know, it's not meant as a glue, as an adhesive. It is a sealant. And these metal sink units, of course, do flex. They'll flex as you fill up the sink with pots or vegetables or whatever you're doing. They'll flex as you're washing up, and they'll also flex in the heat. Most sink units are in front of a window, aren't they? And of course the heat during the summer anyway, through the window onto your sink unit gets hot, and the timber flexes at a different rate to the stainless steel sink, and then you start to get gaps in your sealant. Anyway, that was another story. There you go. So I will put some screw fixings in wherever I can. Oops. Wherever I can. Put as many in as I can. What I don't want to do, of course, is to put a screw in and it pops out on top of the worktop, so I've got to be a bit careful. So we were due to go to a classic car show today and take our Morris Minor Grace to show her, which we often do throughout spring, summer, but the forecast was for rain. It is Sunday, don't know what date it is, but it did rain, so they got the forecast right. It does, however, give me a chance to get on with a few jobs and for Cheryl to do a bit of cooking in her new kitchen. Yeah. Right, screw fixing. So it hasn't gone entirely to plan. My idea was to neatly put some screws around this to hold it in place. What I had to revert to was using longer screws, which is fine because they're still going into the wood, the worktop, and of course supporting what will be supporting the stainless steel worktop, sink itself. Gosh, get worked on back. So I'm gonna gunk it up now, get it turned the other way up, and see what it looks like. I know I haven't gone through with any screws, so that's something. Cheryl is still in the kitchen cooking, look.
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Got Willow's meals all prepped. I've done the beef, sliced it. That's soaking in gravy, ready to warm up.
Soaking in gravy, you
Got
see.
mashed carrots and swede, and I'll do the potatoes and the chicken and the green veg later on.
So how long you been out this so far this Sunday morning? A couple of hours?
What is it, 11:30?
Hmm.
I got back at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so a good 2 hours cooking.
Yeah.
And a good hour left. Willow is chilling. She's just sat with me chilling out. So I'm doing a bit of this DIY stuff. Watching a bit of TV. The builders tend to put their videos out. I assume some people have watched today's video Cheryl's put out. Oh, Willow's sort of half woken up a little bit to have a look. She'll go straight back to sleep in a minute, won't you? Yup. Okay. So we've just put the sink in here for now. It's the utility room. It can sit there overnight now and just dry. Best it can. And I'm going to move on to another little job in this utility. So, for the little job, you can see here, is coat hangers on aluminium, and I'm going to fix that in place on this wall here. This wall's going to be for coats, shoes, other bits and bobs. I think Cheryl has ordered a deep freeze for in here, a chest freeze. I think she's done it already, so she's well ahead, but she did measure up for it. So yeah, all's good on this Sunday. Anyway, it's in place, it's not brilliant. So there it is, it's in place. It's not brilliant, if I'm honest. Cheryl did say, is that going to be strong enough? Well, the actual coat hanger is. But the fixings are into plasterboard, which I hate. So anyway, I'm going to load it up with coats and see if it moves. If it does, I'm going to have to put a wooden batten on the wall. And in that way I can find the upright timbers, you know, the timber framing in the wall. I can find those, fix the wooden batten to that, and then fix that coat hanger to the wooden batten. We will see. Stay tuned. Well, there it is. I mean, it's got our coats on for now. Nothing heavy about them, though. Our winter coats are a bit heavier, and if you come in and your coats are wet, I don't know, we'll see. I'm in no rush to cause myself any more jobs. But there it is for now. And this is where we did have the coats, right near the front door in that corner. That was there when we moved in, this. Not much to it, and it's obscure and all sorts. But I can take it down now. Don't need it, but when we come to decorating here, I don't want it there, we don't want it there. Shoes were at the bottom here. And again, constantly blocking the door. So, not much of a job today, but at least it's all the last fiddly jobs that take the doing, innit? Eh? So yeah, I've taken it down, and you might say, but why didn't you leave it up until you'd proven the other one? Well, two reasons. One, if I left it there, as me and Cheryl came in, we'd put our coats there out of habit. And the other reason is if the other one don't work, I want to fix it. You know, get it done. Get the job out of the way. Right, that might do us for this Sunday. For me anyway. Cheryl's got a sewing project she's doing for Wednesday, I think.
Long may ye reach. Long may your chimney smoke. That's what it means, and that's what it says to the woman who moved into the room in Scotland. We have
Well, I've lost count of how many skips. I think this is skip number 7. Out there. Mike's just been filling it. And it's a horrible day. I'm finishing up the touch-up work in here. So I've just been scraping that window clean of all the bits of paint where I've caught it. I don't think this needs another coat. Mike said another coat, but I don't feel like it needs one. But anyway, I want to get this window done, all of it finished, because we're waiting to hear from the plumber to come and fit this unit. And once this is in, I'll find it difficult to get to that window, apart from a very general window wash. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. Well, it's had another coat for good measure. I thought while I'm here, the frame actually needed doing again when I looked close up, so I thought, oh well, I'll do the sill as well. And that's all, I had another coat. I've got some little fixing bits to do with wallpaper where it's come away a little bit, so I'll get the wallpaper sticky stuff on it, and there's a couple of bits there to do before I start papering, but in the meantime I'm going to get started on these doors. So there's a lot to do here. The door frame, that door frame, that door, all of this frame, and that door and this frame. So I better get cracking, I'm going to be busy. I've got quite a lot of this left, timeless, and I got a full tin there, so I've gone for that one, just using what we've got in. I did have some chalk white and white cotton, but I think it was more furniture paint, as this is eggshell. So I've got plenty of brushes, just gonna get started. I'm actually a really big fan of this timeless because it's white, but it's not brilliant white, so it's not in your face white. It's like got a real nice softness to it, but it looks really clean. I had it all over the flat in Scarborough. Had it in emulsion and paintwork as well. So I know that's not very interesting. Thank you for everything you've been commenting on the Vlogmas that I'm preparing for. I'm getting really excited about it now, and I've started planning things for that. So there's going to be a mix that I'll do some craft type ones. I'm going to make a Christmas wreath, so you do a video on that one. I am going to attempt a little bit of baking. I'll be doing a Christmas Yule log instead of Christmas pudding, and all sorts of things really. Oh, of course, you'll probably know from last year, I like to do little quirky presents for my friends in Scarborough, and now I've got a group of friends here. I'll probably do the same. So what I do is I pull together little parcels of things, and it has little bits and bobs in, and funny socks, and you know, I've got one friend who wears funny hats. So I'm going to do that again. And also I've got an idea for a really unusual gift for the kind of person who likes crafts, but you never quite know what to buy them. And I'm going to put that together, so that'll be another video. And I'm quite pleased about that one, because I think I know who I'm going to buy it for as well as a gift. But I'm going to try it out first, do the video, and then if it's nice, then I'll buy her one for Christmas for my friend in Scarborough. What else was I going to do? Obviously Christmas decorations, and decorating the tree and the lights, and yeah, and bunting. He's sewing some bunting. I've got a full list. I'll probably go. Camera stopped. It's been doing a lot of that lately. It's playing me up. I don't know why. Anyway, I was just saying, got a full list, and what I'll probably do is do a rundown of that list nearer the time to Vlogmas, and let you know exactly what it is that I'm doing on each day, so you can decide for yourself which ones you want to watch and which ones you don't. Right, I better get cracking on this. Well, I need to stop for a snack. I've got some leftovers from yesterday's Sunday dinner. Oh, Mike cleaned his plate. Right, I've realised, and I might as well do it now, as I'm going to have to order some more paint, because I've very little left. This is going to take more than 2 coats. It's got its first coat on, it's looking very tidy. But also in here, these bits, oops, sorry, there's a lot of these, and they all need filling. So Mike taught me to try and get your paint in there, and then the filler apparently sticks better, so I'll do that. It's all got to dry. Oh, let's take this camera off this big thing. Big clunky tripod. So yeah, so I'm going to get in all of those little bits. That, while I'm working, is driving me mad. It's really windy outside, and it's clanging and banging, and it's broken. So I'm going to have to get, it'll be under warranty or something. We'll have to get somebody in to have a look at that. So yeah, I've got a fair bit of filling to do on there. But what I do want to do first is make sure that everything's got a first coat on. So it's looking tidy. Just have a quick check on Mike and see if he needs a cup of tea or anything. See how he's doing. He's been cleaning up. I don't know if they've collected the skip yet. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Have they been for the skip?
Not yet.
Oh. Do you need a cup of tea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just really cleaning up, ready to put the gravel down. We've ordered the gravel, 2 tons of pea gravel,
Yeah.
which tidy all this up pile. Move these. So I keep moving them. If I move them over there, that's where the gravel's going. So I thought, put them there, just for once.
It's windy.
Sometimes I went up my ladder, but I thought, this is a bit iffy. It's storm some bugger today. I don't know whose name they've given. Fair. Anyway, yeah, at times but it's just a bit of wind. It's really warm though, isn't it?
Yeah. I bet the wind's playing havoc with the sound on the camera actually. But
Yeah, it might be, yeah.
I'll put kettle on.
I'll take the jacket off.
Yeah, right, sweetheart. You comfy? Are you comfy? Here. Where did that big bump come from?
Oh, bang my head on the gate. But there's a story behind it, as usual. I can't find the key to the padlock for the gate. And the skip arrived and I need the gate open, take everything from back way through to the skip. So I thought, I know what I'll do, I'll take the gate off the wall, which I did. But as I was pulling down on one of the wall bolts, it snapped. That surprised me. Bang, it hit me head on the gate. It hurt a little bit.
I don't know how many bumps you've had on your head since we moved in.
I know, it's not affected me. I do keep banging my head. You know what, the thing is, how I look at it is, there'll come a day when I won't have anything to do, or worse, I won't be able to do it, so you've got to take the knocks along the way.
Well, cup of tea.
Cup of tea, bicky, little bicky, just one. Morning. I know I look a mess. I always look a mess. I've got my tracky buttons, but you won't see them, tucked into my socks. Got my slippers on. It's Tuesday today, but this afternoon I've got about 4 calls to students. So I daresn't start too much. It's quite early, it's around 8:30 in the morning. But you'll find me in the garage. And this is the work I really like to do outside, you know. So previous videos, I put this in place. It was only temporary because I've got to put some quite big timbers across the back of the garage, because you'll have heard me mention that the back of the garage, the middle pillar's cracked. So what I've got to do this morning is to shift all this lot, which is a bit of a pain, but it's got to be done, and then put these quite big timbers that I've got in place across the back of the garage. But I also want to put something of a bench in, see if I can put a bench in there. Not had a bench at this house, and I could have done with one a while ago, to be fair. We haven't been, what we've been in now, 9 months. We never stopped renovating. But anyway, so got that to do, and I want to put the timbers in so I can support the bench and support the back of the garage. We'll see how it goes. First thing is that I've got to shift everything. So I'm not going to show me moving everything, even on fast forward. That can be sometimes a bit tedious for you to watch. What I am having to do is to put things, because I'm in the garage. It's quite windy today after the storm yesterday. We've still got some windy weather, so I'm having to put stuff so it's not in my way of actually building this workbench and storage area. And these here, lots of offcuts. This lot is what I need for the utility room, and this lot stuff next to it is all the offcuts from worktop. It's very useful timber until we finish. It's good for shelving in the garage now. Also, the lad who who delivers our wicks materials, he's a good lad, and he's been taking these. He wants them for something, I'm not asking what, but anyway, so I might put those to one side for him. Back to this, we'll see how we get on, but as you can see I have a lot to move. Okay, so I'm at the point now where I've got to move this big shelving unit and quite a number of tins. These I was able to move, just drag them without moving too much off. So I've got to really decide where this is going to go, and I want to keep it. Yeah. So I'm going to make it up as I go along, like most things. Do as I can, do what I can, when I can, how I can. Can, that's my preferred dance. So I think I know what I'm going to do with this. I think I'm going to cut the top off and put it in a shed. It's too tall for either of my sheds, but I just can't put it in the garage. I can't find a place to put it. I'll have a think, but well, I'm still thinking. Yeah, I'll have a break and have a think. So it's a bit dark in this corner. What I'm going to do, because I want to, is to foam fill the corner. Not used this before. This isn't the same as that plasterboard adhesive. It is just a filler, big gap filler. I'm going to fill it. This isn't waterproof as far as I know. It's not sticky. It is just a filler, and I want to fill that gap. Yeah, not bad. It's taken that up. I'm gonna see if I can reach the top without going for my steps. Should be able to. And then I want to fill, cut. I want to fill this middle bit in particular, so I'll run some down there. So yeah, it's expanding as you expect it to. I'll just show you that corner. There, look. It's expanded a lot, which is good. It's what I want. So I'm hoping I've got enough left for this corner. It is dark. I'll brighten it up on the edit. And, it's not too bad on this side. Anyway, I'll do what I can. You won't see me do it because camera or I'll be in the way. So it's expanding, thankfully. When I said it's not sticky, what I should have said, it is sticky, but it's not structural. It won't hold anything together, you know, in a structural way. Got that corner done. And I just had enough. What I wanted to do was this end wall, and that's what got done, so I'm quite pleased about that. So that'll need trimming now, or at least when it's properly dry, half an hour. So I've got some heavy timbers now. As I say, when that's cut, trimmed back, I'm going to fix the heavy timbers to the wall using these big coach bolts. So coach bolt through the timber, through the wall, bolted from the other side. I'll show you that. But that will mean that I've stabilised this end wall. The timber that I've got is something like 5B 2-inch CSS, so it is structural timber and it's weather treated, pressure treated timber. So they'll go on the back of this wall, and it also means that I have something to fasten my workbench too, and any other shelving that I want to put in here. But for now, that's where I'm up to so far. Now I'm only doing this today because the weather forecast said it wasn't going to rain. I don't want Grace out in the rain, and if it does happen to rain I can't get Grace back in because of course I've got everything in the way. As you can see, so I cannot in a hurry get Grace back in here if it rains. Weather forecasters, eh? Right, I had a cup of tea and a think. So I've two things to do here really. One is put a workbench in across the back, and two is to stabilise that end wall. It's the middle pillar that's broken, not too bothered, but I'm only going to do it once, so I want to do it properly. So I think I've figured out a way of doing it and it not taking me all day. I don't want to, well, I can't, I've got work, paid work to do this afternoon. So yeah, I've been thinking about these here. The good shelving, quite strong. So I'll show you what I'm doing rather than explain. So you might be asking, Mike, what are you doing? Well, the white units, the white little shelving units, they're MDF, painted MDF, but they're not particularly waterproof. So this is decking board offcuts. So I'm putting them down first, then I'm going to put the MDF on them, the MDF shelving. Let's see. So they said it's not going to rain, look at that. That's not just rain, that's hailstone. Well, they were right that it wasn't going to rain, I suppose, because it's hailstone. Thank you very much, weather people. Too late to try and do anything with the car, it's wet. The familiar sound of rag and bone man. Of course, they call them rag and bone because during the plague, particularly in London, I guess, bodies were brought out and they were basically rags, the clothes they had on, and bone. And the rag and bone people back then, they were collecting bodies. Nowadays, thank goodness, it is just for scrap metal, etc. So they might shout again, we'll see. I'm in a slow drive round. Rag and bone men, really useful. You know, even gets recycled, it's good stuff. There we go, no doubt he was looking at the car and thinking, is that a bit of scrap? Right, I've got these stood in place. So they'll now become very useful sort of bits of shelving. I'm now ready to put a couple of heavy timbers in just to secure that end wall, and then also build the thingy bob off it. This thing, workbench. I knew it was called something. .6 foot length of that heavy timber. So I'm just drilling a couple of holes in this timber which is going against the wall, just to allow these big bolts to go through, big coach bolts if you like, go through there, then through the wall, then I'll bolt them from the other side. That's all I'm doing. I'll show you. specialist tool, and you might be thinking, Mike, as you knock that through, it'll bugger the end of the thread on there, sorry, because it's pushed through the concrete. It'll be fine. This is very soft concrete. I'm using my STS drill, the big one. It's just quicker, as you've seen. Right, next bit. I will check that for level. Did my best. It's level. I'll show you. So you can maybe see the bubble here. It needs to be level because my workbench is going to sit on top of there. Right, so I'm going to put a couple of washers on the other side and some nuts just to hold it for now. I think it stopped hailstoning. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Weather people. So I'm just outside the garage at the moment at the back, and you'll notice I've had a really good tidy look at that, look at that. There's the back of the garage wall. I've got that to pick up with a bit of a flood here, but anyway, it's tidy, innit? I'll show you why next week. So now that basically I've got the structure of this done, put in place, I mean, obviously it didn't take a lot of doing, for goodness sake, but I can build my bench frame, which I'm going to do, but more importantly, I can start to put things away. So on the day they said it's not going to rain, don't worry, it's raining again. Okay. Tomorrow, which is Wednesday, it's going to be a hot day up north. It's going to be about 25 showing off in it, but anyway. Yeah, you won't guess where up north, would you? I don't have an accent. I think I have more of an East End accent or Welsh, but I don't have a northern accent, do I? No. Really, no. So if you're anything like me and you've got a bit of a tremor or a shake, whatever it might be, or just not another person to give you a hand, what I'm doing, that's Willow in the background playing, what I'm doing is cutting the front legs for the workbench, but obviously I need the top of this to be the same height as the back. So I put my level on here, put a little clamp on, drone the line on the other side, and now I can cut this gonna guess that the other end of the workbench is the same. You might think, well, why don't you measure it? Well, it's a bit difficult for me to do that without getting a hand, but also, of course, most garages, and this one's the same, they have a slope from the back of the garage to the front of the garage, and that's just to allow anything to flow away from the back of the garage, water on the car if water gets in, that type of thing. So the front leg is going to be a little bit longer than the back leg. That's why I'm doing this. Okay. And I'm joined by Willow, who is looking at my saw, my crosscut saw. She's now off back in. She said, it's cold in here, I'm going. So off she goes. You can actually see how much this wall was tapped by the last owner. I suspect they're running to the end wall here. But if you look at this end, this batten's fastened to the wall and it's meeting the wall here. And look how big that gap gets as it goes along. And then when you get to that end, of course, it meets it again. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm securing it, that's the main. So what I'm doing just with a jigsaw is just cutting out a notch at one end of these. There's my jigsaw. Simple job. So I just screwed that bit of a frame together. One screw there, one in there. That's so I can adjust it a little bit. I can't really show you me putting the screws in because I'm always in the way. Anyway, trust me, that's what I'm doing. So that's where I'm up to. Whoop. There. So I built the frame. A couple of more screws in it just to hold it tight. On this area here at the back, I had to put a spacer in because I cut that a little bit short. But it's not to worry, it's a bench. So I'm about at the point now, I'm just going to put a couple of screws in, of putting a worktop on it. Let's see what I've got. So there you are. When I said worktop, I meant worktop, kitchen worktop. I'll just bring you forward. So what I realised, well, I was talking earlier about, you know, the offcuts of the butcher's block worktop, and that the guy from Wicks might want them. I thought, yeah, but I'm building a bench and they will make a great bench, won't they? Top. So I'm going to fasten them all. I must put some stays here for this post, and so that it can't be knocked back. So I might have to drill into the floor and fix something. I'll have a look at that. But there it is, near enough done. About 4 hours work so far. So we're doing okay. So that's more or less it for today on this job. As I say, I've had a lot of student calls and I've got another one at 4 o'clock. It's 3:30 now. So yeah, for this job, so where on earth next? Well, I've just made the decision to change my tool shed and put my tools in this garage. It makes more sense because when the car isn't in here, I've got the floor which I can cut materials, and now having that little bench I can set up a vise. So that's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to shift that big shelving unit, get all the paints, everything off there, put the shelving unit into what is currently the tool shed. There's a lot on here, but it's paints. Put this in the tool shed, bring out my tool drawers, as it were, into here. Everything will go on this back wall. So a change of sheds really. Cheryl's going to look a bit, what are you doing that for? But I'm tired. That was enough for today for me. Yeah. So I will show you me swapping over these sheds, but other than putting my tools away properly in here and moving all the paints and what have you over there, that's about it from me for this job. I'll show you that gate, but it will be on the next set of clips, and I'll see if I can sort that lock out. Alright, thank you. Next one, next clip coming up shortly. Don't go anywhere.
Well, it's Wednesday and I think it's going to be a really nice day today. I'm just going to check in on Mike, who's just come outside to be getting on with stuff. Good morning.
Hello.
You alright?
Yeah.
What are you getting up to? Oh. Oh. Oh, hey.
What's the matter? Come on, you've got our attention. Yeah. So I'm getting ready really to put the paints and all the decorating in here. So the idea is that all the tiles, all the decorating stuff will go in here. And the gardening tools. So I don't want them in the garage. Because, you know, over time, we won't have all these tiles and a lot of decorating stuff because we'll be finishing the house. And it does mean that that shed will empty slowly. That shed is for storage and that is full because we don't want it in the loft. There's just something in there which is, yeah, which I've got to pull out. They're all Willow's toys. But, yeah, stuff.
So what are you doing, is that what you're doing today then, moving stuff about?
I've got to, yeah, they said it wouldn't rain today. I hope not, because as you can see I've got everything out. That nice table which you're going to paint out as a project.
Yeah.
I think I'll put it in this storage shed because I can't get it in. Or I can put it in the garage under the bench, but it's better in the storage shed. So what I'm trying to figure out is this.
It sucks.
I've got to bring that big white shelving unit in, which I know will go through this door and go up like that and against that wall. Means taking that out. It will stand here at a push, but it's really difficult to manoeuvre in. In fact, I'd have to move everything to get it in. So I'm contemplating taking this, what was a bench, I've only ever used it as a shelf. Take that out, I think, and then bring that unit in, and then I can get all that lot put away. And a lot of other stuff. But I've got to do things in the right order. Because, like, that's the tiles. They're going in the downstairs toilet. They're the big ones that were left over from the bathroom.
Yeah.
So they look okay in there. Towel cutters, we got 2 delivered instead of 1. But we'll want them quite early on this year, I think. I say earlier on, we're in August already, aren't we?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I need to get to them. I'll put them to one side, put the shelf in. Well, take this, move all that, oh God. Move all that, take this out, put the shelving unit in, and then put that lot in here, and sew all this is a mess, or it will be, sew this another day, because I must sort out my garage, because I want to put Grace away. This is my big tool cupboard, which I want to go in my garage under the bench. Something else to move. This, you covered this, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's your old sewing drawers, but they're good. That really needs to go over to the garage, because again, it's got a lot of, that's electrical stuff in there. Bits and bobs, plumbing, all sorts. Anyway, yeah, this is a good shelf, but you can't reach the back of it, so is it a good shelf? Well, not really. Anyway, so I've that to take out. I'll leave that in for the big stuff in here. Like these are full of decorating stuff, they can go up there. I'll show you the garage and where we're up to.
Yeah. Ooh, the sun's come out. Willow's gone back in.
So in here you can see I've got a mess here. This lot, so that is all for the utility.
Good morning, Boydie.
Ah, good morning, how are you doing?
Morning. Hi.
I've got another panel done. There's 2 panels left to do,
Oh, right.
but it's looking good.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of work now at my lads.
All
A
right.
bit of gardening.
Enjoy. It's going to be a
I'm good
nice
at
day.
I'm bragging, aren't I?
These are offcuts. I can store them under there. So these lots of tidy. This is the offending shelving unit, as people know. Lovely shelf. I'm not throwing it. Yeah, so the main thing is to get my garage sorted today, and once I have, Grace can come back in. The only time I'll pull Grace out is when I want to get to some particular tools, or when I need to cut stuff on the floor, and I have got a lot of stuff to cut on the floor for the utility room.
Yeah.
Right, so that's where I'm up to. I better get on with it. I'm going to need a lift with this.
Okay, just shout when you need me.
Yeah. Okay.
And shout when you want a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm a bit windswept. I look a state today, and I've got to go back and start painting the doors again. But I had some parcels arrive, and I'm really excited. So I wanted to show you and just let you know about the projects I've got coming up. Take a breath. So, first parcel that turned up with some fabric is this stuff. So this is the type of wadding that they use in oven gloves. So I'm going to make myself a pair of oven gloves, and also the round things that you put your pots on. I want to protect my worktops, so I'm going to make some little round mats that you put your pot on when they're hot onto your worktop. So this stuff is the stuff, and I'm going to do quilting stitches, so it's like a, you know, all little diamonds on the on both the gloves and the pot placemats. That's what I'm calling them. Don't know what they're called. Pot placemats. And the fabric that I found to make those with, you wait for it. Can I have a drum roll, please? Willow's bow. It's exactly the same as my wallpaper. I can't believe I found it. It's from a company called Terry's. Awesome. Brilliant. I'm going to wash it first. I don't think it's going to shrink at all. It's really high quality, like a canvas cotton, really nice and thick. So I can't see it shrinking, but I'm going to wash it anyway. Stick that through the washing machine. Oh, I can't wait to do those. Oven gloves are easy. The most difficult part of it, I mean, I've never made them before. I'm saying they're easy. Never made them before, but I need to find out what kind of needle to use with this. I'm hoping it's just a normal one, universal one. But yeah, I'm making oven gloves and pot placemats. Next project, and I've got some more to come as well. They haven't arrived today, but I've got some more to come. So I'm getting ready for Halloween. I did mention that I'm going all out on Halloween. I'm going shopping with my stepdaughter at some point. So when we go, I'll take you with me and I'll show you what they've got and what I buy to decorate the house. But I ordered some fabric. So I get so excited when fabric arrives. But I ordered some fabric. I'm going to make some bunting, Halloween bunting, to put across the house, particularly at the front window and maybe around the door, weather permitting. But anyway, let me show you what I've got. So I'm doing the bunting and I'm going to do like a mix of different ones just so that it's really fun. I know a lot of people when they do Halloween, they do it quite creepy. There's a lot do it really creepy now. We get a lot of tiny tots that come round, that came round last year. And they were so cute and it was lovely. So I'm going to keep it quite friendly Halloween. My Halloween won't be creepy. It'll be quite a friendly, fun Halloween. So anyway, to show you the fabrics. Shut up, Cheryl. Bats, obviously. And then I got this lovely green one. Nice mix of bats and skulls and pumpkins. Happy pumpkins. Got some pussycats. Black cats on purple. The colours are gorgeous. Little spidders in a web. I'm saying friendly. Well, I mean, you know, some of the stuff that they put out on Halloween, you think, we did last year. The only thing that was left, because I said to Mike, I want to do Halloween, but of course, you know, everything that went on was crazy. I think we moved in probably 2 days before Halloween, I think it was. Anyway, so I rushed to Morrison's and all they had left was this doll in a cage, and it's proper creepy, proper creepy. It didn't seem to bother anybody, but it bothered me. It's this little doll that laughs, and the laugh gets shriller. I'll show you it at some point. I think I maybe did show it last year, but I'll show you it anyway. Pumpkins, and then I think this one's my favourite one. Gorgeous purple with little Casper ghosts on. That is super cute. And then I got some plain black because I'm going to make my own binding for the bunting, because binding can be quite expensive, and I thought, well, these at $3.99 a square metre, that's really cheap, and I can make loads of binding out of that. I did get myself a little tool, and that's to binding. What am I like? Bias binding tape. There, got one of those. Bias binding tape. I can't get my words out with pop placemats and bias binding tape. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. I have got another stash coming, which is for Christmas, but the Christmas ones, they're going to be on a Vlogmas video. So although I'm getting that in, I'm going to start preparing it, but that video will actually be one of the Vlogmas videos that comes out on the run up to Christmas. I've also got some other stuff. My room is full. It's full of stuff I've got to sort through. Stuff for Christmas presents I'm getting ready for. I'm really going all out this year. I want to be absolute spot on ready. And I've got a load of sweets and stuff to make up little Halloween bags. I'll do a separate video on that as well. If I've got enough, which I should have enough fabric left, I might do some other creative crafts, or I might make some little treat bags, you know, of Halloween treat bags, something like that. I don't know. I'll have to see how much I've got left after I've done all of the bunting. The bunting and the bias banding and the pot placemats. There you go. All right, I get so excited. So excited when parcels of fabric turn up. That's it. I'm beside myself. Anyway, I must get back to the painting. Mike is still outside, pottering around in his garage, happy as anything, even though he's tired. But I want to get the doors painted. We've got a date for the plumber, and my fridge freezer apparently is coming on Friday. That again is something I'm going to get ecstatically pleased with, excited about. So I'm going to buy a big bag of spuds, a load of leeks, and a large bottle of rosé wine, and I'm going to take it to my friend who is a retired dinner lady, and she's going to make me my favourite potato and leek soup, a load of it. I'm going to take her the little containers I've got as well. So she's going to make me a load of those, ready to put in my deep freezer, my chest freezer. And of course I'll be doing my own cooking as well. Right, I better get back to it. So my project is taking quite a while and it's all of the delicate little bits. I know I could have masked it, but I have a tiny brush and I thought, no, just take it steady, take your time, do it your own way. So that's what I'm doing. That door's looking lovely and is ready for its second coat. I've done some filling in little holes like these. So these need sanding. There's quite a lot of it. Got to sand all of that down and then paint that. And then on this door, where did I get up to on that door? This is an old one. This was here when we moved in. So the new ones are that one there and the one to the front room. Yeah, so this one's a little bit damaged. I could do to put a little bit of filler in there, really. Just noticed they are slightly different, but I think on this one I did just the panel, big panels, and I've got the middle bits to do, and I haven't touched the back yet. And then there's all this door frame, but I've got to clean and scrape all that old plaster off first. And then this one, all around here, that's due a second coat. I did it, oops. But there's going to be something go across there anyway. But I've got to get this paint out again anyway and do some touching up. Yeah, and then that's it. All of this side's had its first coat. So that can, oh, got a little bit there. Just scrape that off. With it being glass, it'll just scratch off, so I'm not too worried. But anyway, yes. Let's go see how Mike's doing anyway. And then Willow's come down and I think she's ready to have a little afternoon walk. She's a little early. You normally go at 2 o'clock and it's just gone 1, but oh, she's there. Sunbathing. So we'll check on Mike. Are you following me, Willow? You all right?
Legs are good.
Are they?
Exhausted. Anyway, I'm just cutting a shelf for up there. Then I'm going to put my gear away, sweep up, and I've about done in here. Then I've just the other shed to do.
All right, Willow's come down. I think she's ready for a walk. She's actually staring at the gate.
Okay. She's ready for a walk.
Yeah.
She don't mess about.
No. It's all about Willow.
I'm afraid so. Oh. Yeah, no problem.
Come on, Will. Let's get your collar on. We'll go get your lead. And your water. I always take a bottle of water out with me.
So if this lot to sort, that shed will take a bit more sorting than, I mean, it looks tidy. It needs sorting out. This is more or less done. But the garage, oh, I need me and you to fold this sheet, this gate to fix. But the garage, more or less tidy. I'm going to have to, because all my tools will be now, I'm going to have to, you know, blank out the windows so people can't see in. Just put some paper on it, really.
Yeah.
Just so that, you know, because there's, as you know, a lot of money's worth for tools. But this is done. Most of that timber there is for the utility, and most of this stuff here is for the utility. But it's all to be cut in here now, isn't it? So it's and Grace will go in. So yeah. So for once, your saw project started and finished as far as it goes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Looks lovely.
Well, yeah, so that's over and out from me on this Thursday. My next project really, because we can't do the utility and what you're doing. So the next project, either, I don't know where, after utility, I don't know, toilet, downstairs toilet.
Yes.
All right, good. So you remember me saying earlier, I think, in this video, lost the key for this, and it's these gates, and use them all the time. So I had to take the gate off the wall to get access. So today, I'm going to see if I can drill a lock out. We'll see.
Okay.
Not done this before, but I'm coming there where you are. See all the bits coming off it, you see that?
Yeah.
And on the windowsill, just as you go through the front door, there's a tin of WD-40. Can you get it?
Yeah.
Can do two at once. You don't need to touch it. Is it spraying?
No.
Right, that'll do. Bit more. That way. Bit more. Bit more. Oh, long way in. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, stop cutting. Oh, hang on. There.
Yeah.
Filming?
Yay!
So the moral of the story is, if you think your premises are secure, that's 100 quid. That's a £20 padlock. Anyway, it is buggered. So I can now put the gate back on, buy a new lock, and job's a good one. Okay.
Morning. Oh, it's a busy work day. Very busy work day today. Got 3 students who've completed the diplomas, which is always fabulous. Somebody's making a noise out here. I don't think it's Mike either. I'm just going to check on him and then we'll be finishing this video for this week. Close it off. So again, it's been a busy one. I think he's in his den. Yeah, I can hear him rattling around. Hello.
Oh, hello.
I could hear you rattling around. I was just telling everybody we're going to finish this video for this week. Are you getting all tidy?
Yeah, well, yeah, but what I'm doing, oh, that is all I'm fixing. I'm putting this on here. And you might say,
Oh, right, yeah.
what it's for is that when the door's closed, 2 things: the leaves can't blow in so easily, that just gets full of them. But the other thing is, come the winter, it'll just keep the waste of the draft out.
Yeah.
And stop Grace getting cold.
Aw.
I know, can't have getting,
Oh, no, blankie.
no. Well, she'll have a blanket. But yes, that's what I'm doing with a bit of, I had a roll of DPC, damp-proof coarse plastic, and it's working, you know, it's good tidy. Thing is, I don't have enough of these washers. So I've got enough to finish this side, but none for that. So I'm looking for something else.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find something.
Oh, I will. I can't. It won't. I cannot not finish it because I wasn't going to start it.
No.
I was going to have a bath, rest my legs, have a shave, cup of tea.
I'm going to put kettle on now. I've got 3 students completing today, so it's a busy one. But
busy day.
I'm going to, I'm going to get myself a coffee. I'm a bit thirsty. All right, kettle's going on. All right, so that's Mike. He was going to have half a rest day, he said. You know what he's like. Anyway, as usual, thank you so much for all your comments, all your support, and everything. Everything else, all the love that you send. Oh, see you on the next one.